Evening all, welcome to Kicking Dust. Right, today what we have for you is a relative, droppy shippy kind of one, but me flying, so yeah, it doesn't go well. This is my new fit. Let me explain my new fit to you. This is thanks to Evo, who is, as always, incredibly knowledgeable in these things, and I'm now flying the Python because, again, I did like the Incubus. It was a great dropship, it really was, but my issue with it is I was only really using it because it could tank stuff. So it actually had the ability to not die to like a strong breeze, which is what I found the Python to do. However, with a bit of tinkering, a few shield extenders, a little bit of effort, I've now got a fit here that I think is actually exceptional. And also skilling into the right skills has made this dropship very, very viable as well. You probably can see my rate of fire is quite high. Which is obviously pretty cool. And I think really just, I do like dropshipping. I think it's going to be one of the things I generally will always do because I think they've created a very nice experience for dropshipping here. Just like tanking, I think the tanking look and feel of Dust is very good. Certainly when you compare it to other games. So for example, when I played PlanetSide 2, I never really got that feeling that it was actually a particularly good, heavy, strong, robust tank. All of the vehicles felt like they were made of blancmange, which is kind of annoying because you find that a couple of direct hits from another vehicle generally takes you out, which is realistic, I guess. But I've always had this feeling that Dust tanks and certainly dropships have this feeling of solidness about them. They're quite slow. They're quite unwieldy, but they also have that feeling of weight, but they also have a very undescribable feeling of power as well. So when you're in a tank, you feel quite powerful, but yet so vulnerable. It's a very odd kind of juxtaposition of experiences. So there we go. So really all we're doing here is just trying out my new fit. And again, I've got Python level 4 now, so that's helped with the rate of fire quite significantly. And again, I didn't realize, this is maybe my own stupidity, and you'll see in just a moment, there is actually a natural, resistance to certain AV guns on shield. Like, I guess I knew but didn't know about, if that makes sense. So that's pretty cool as well, because what that now gives me is a much kind of stronger tank than I certainly had before. So you see there, I just got hit for 1,000 points. That's probably a militia forge gun, so that's maybe dropping by 10%, 10, 15%, something like that. So it's definitely noticeable. And there again, you see I got hit for about 1,000 points. That was probably, again, just a militia forge gun of some kind. So in essence, this means this Python is about as tanky, which is a noun, about as tanky as the Incubus that I used to fly. Plus the recharge time isn't bad either, so it also feels like it tanks quite aggressively as well. So I guess all of that in summary means this is my new whip, this is my new ride, this is my new honey magnet, if you like. And I've got to admit, I only lost about 2 or 3 of them. I played with this fit for a good few matches, and I only lost maybe 2, whereas the Incubus I'd maybe have lost 3, 4. So the speed that this thing comes with, the natural kind of ability to get out of dodge is good. I have an afterburner on it as well, and it's a complex one as well. So that means it's a lot stronger, stays on longer, and also cools down faster, so you're a lot more efficient with it. And I've got to admit, I quite like it, to be honest. I wouldn't say it feels OP, and this is the thing I can never quite work out, is why people say dropships are OP. When quite honestly, they are weak as hell. I think you need a good fit. Now, once you've got a good fit, they're still weak as hell, and I do stick by that, I really do. I know that some people, people want to sort of get everything nerfed except their own, their own bits, protecting your bubble effectively. And I get that, and I honestly don't think dropships are that good that they would need to be nerfed in any way. I think 500,000 ISK asset that you're bringing in can be shot down with one shot by a Wirakomi breach. I mean, literally, that can one-shot anything. With a good fit, you might get 2, but again, most of the time, that's just one railgun then shot that will kill you. So this is my issue with it, is I don't think it's OP. I think what is OP is a tactic that you know, let's just break down what OP means. OP means that it's very powerful, but also is unable to be countered easily. That's really what we mean when we say OP. So redline railgunning tanks are OP because they are incredibly powerful. They can use the redline for protection from general assault, and also they don't have to fit tanks. They can just fit all damage modules, which is what effectively they're doing. So that makes them OP. Now, dropships are just the other way around. They are powerful under the right skilled hands, yes. They're difficult to fly. They're not easy at all. And they can be fit to do quite a bit of good damage. But I would also say that a coordinated gang or a fully protoed out forge gunner will kill me dead every time. And that happens. This is why dropshippers never have any ISK, because we lose them 2 or 3 a match. And that puts us back, 1.5 million ISK. So I don't think you can say that dropships are OP. I think you can, why, it's a funny one, because to me there's no difference between somebody good in a dropship getting kills versus somebody in a proto Caldari assault suit or a Slayer Logi or something like that, with a rail rifle stroke combat rifle getting 40 kills a match. That's OP because they are just incredibly good at what they do. But people don't register that as quote OP because that's just part of the game. A vehicle is a very identifiable thing that you can say that's not fair. And the reality is actually, to be quite honest with you, this is one of the most balanced things in the game at the moment, if I'm honest. In my opinion as well. So there we go. I mean, it's a tricky one. I don't really know if there's going to be much of a balance around tanks and vehicles, etc. And I think already the fact that the 1.8 patches are out. Did you see that kill, by the way? Did you see that kill? Epic. The 1.8 patch is out and there's no change to AV, tanks, red lines, anything. It's all basically as we expected. So to be honest, it's just as the dev blog said. So I don't know what this whole, oh wait dude, it's all coming, your good things are coming, bro, can't tell you, oh it's NDA. What did I miss something? Is there another patch coming for FanFest? What? Because at the moment, everybody's kind of knee-jerk reaction of silence, you may remember from maybe a week ago, is not making much sense at the moment because nothing that came out in the 1.8 patch notes suggested anything controversial, new, interesting, or exciting other than suits and cloaking, which we all knew about anyway. So I don't understand what the dealio was on that whole front. But I could be wrong. Maybe FanFest will yield better dividends. Who knows? But with Valkyrie now announced for the PS4, that's quite an interesting thing. So, having Valkyrie on that is going to be quite interesting. I also hear that CCP will give everybody a free Oculus Rift with every PS4 bundle sold. So they'll effectively have the CCP bundle. And they'll sell it, and it will be just the price of a PS4, but you get a free Oculus Rift with it. I'm trolling. Of course they're not going to do that. This is my issue with the whole Valkyrie thing, is that you're going to have to buy a PS4 for £400, and then you're going to have to buy an Oculus Rift for £400. So if you're going to play Valkyrie, which is, let's face it, a tech demo at best, you're going to be effectively paying almost £1,000 for a demo of a game on a PS4 console that really is pretty shitty, to be honest, and not many people are raving about, and blah, 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 blah. So I am not sure about that one. We will see what happens with the whole Valkyrie stroke PS4 thing. Maybe it will mean a move of Dust to PS4 soon as well. Again, it's too early to move it across now because, again, comparatively, hardly anybody owns a PS4 compared to how many still own PS3s. And I now have 3 PS3s in my house. 3, for fuck's sake. Because I keep getting given them. Because somebody goes out and buys a PS4 and they're like, oh, Pirates, do you want my PS3? And I'm like, yes, of course I'll have your PS3. Thank you very much, good sir. So literally almost every room in my house, I have a PS3. Which is nice. It's not much use, considering you can only play one at a freaking time. But, oh, look at this. Now this is a recovery and a half. Look at that. Oh my god, what am I doing? And then I get shot, and then I get shot again. Oh my god. Blow. So, in essence, I think, yeah, there's probably a lot of good stuff coming. I think if you're going to FanFest, then then you're probably going to get quite an experience from CCP Rouge. I think he's going to do obviously a keynote or some form of speech on Dust. So that's going to be interesting to hear his thoughts on this. I think also you're going to see quite a lot of I guess, attention to try and merge all of the three products that they're producing now as well. Because I think it's very evident that Eve is obviously their cash cow, but it's not really you would call it a problem child in the Boston Box analogy of business portfolio discussion. And it's something that, yes, is good, it's making money, it's not bad at all, but it's not really growing. It's there, and it needs more work. Dust is probably the problem child as well, because it is also, again, needing to grow, needing to move forward, etc. And I think Valkyrie is the rising star because it's something new, it's something that's really grabbing attention, and it could be something that grows market share, etc. So we'll see. But in essence, I think, yeah, it's good times ahead. I'm relatively positive. I'm enjoying the game an extortionate amount. I'm really enjoying FW as well, just because it's nice to change your pace up a bit. It's a shame you have to wait so long to get into the matches, though. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.